Hello, welcome to Celebrity Chatter and Things That Matter with Elijah, and that's me. I'm interviewing Sean Kanan. You might know him in Cobra Kai, Karate Kid 3. Uh, and do you want to say anything to the fans before we start?
Well, it's great to be here. They might also know me from The Bold and the Beautiful on CBS. And I'm just very happy to be here with you. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for coming down.
My pleasure.
My first question is, do you study any martial arts?
I do. I'm currently studying Taekwondo in Beverly Hills. I study with Master Jun Chong. Um, I also study Genbukai Karate. That's where my home dojo is in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. So over the years, I've studied different styles. And as long as I can keep doing it, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
I heard you nearly died in 1988 from injuries from Karate Kid 3. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah. So we had been filming for about 2 weeks on the Karate Kid 3, and we broke for Christmas. And so a friend and I drove to Las Vegas, and I was in Las Vegas Christmas Day, 1988. And I'd been having some pretty significant pain in my left thigh, which I thought was from all the karate I was doing because we were, training a lot for all the choreography. And so I started taking a lot of aspirin. Well, aspirin's a blood thinner. It turned out that I had internal bleeding, and the aspirin exacerbated the bleeding, and I passed out, and I was taken to Humana Sunrise Hospital, and I was bleeding to death, and I had to have emergency surgery to save my life. And I wound up ultimately doing all of my own stunts in Karate Kid 3 after the injury.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, wow. I was not expecting something like that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing that you're still alive.
It beats the alternative.
Yeah. How did you get your role in Karate Kid 3?
So when they were casting for the new villain in Karate Kid 3, there was a breakdown put out, which means it's they let the casting director puts it out to all the agents, and all the information goes out throughout Hollywood that they're casting this role. And they described the character as a 17-year-old white Mike Tyson, which is kind of funny because I've never thought of myself like that. But they also had an open call, which means they had a day at the studio where anybody who wanted to show up could try out for the role. And John Avildsen, who had directed The Karate Kid and The Karate Kid 2, and who had won the Academy Award for Rocky in 1976, was walking up the line of all the people. There were thousands of people there. And he stopped in front of me and talked to me for probably about a minute. And then he sent me inside the studio, and I did a screen test with Ralph Macchio. And they actually wound up hiring someone else first. And as fate would have it, they fired that young man after probably about a week or so. And they remembered me and called me in, and I got the role.
Wow. That's really cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
sometimes life has a plan for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. That's really cool.
Yeah.
How did you feel that your character was brought back from Karate Kid 3 into the new Cobra Kai show?
It was fantastic. I mean, it really was a dream come true. You don't get the opportunity very often as an actor to reprise a role after 35 years. And it was really just amazing to join the cast of the show that was so successful. Once the show moved to Netflix, it became this worldwide sensation. And it was really amazing to have the opportunity to play the character and 35 years later, now as, a mature actor who's been working for decades, as opposed to that young kid that I was who was just starting out.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely really cool that you
Did you
you're
like it?
working
Did
with
you
the
like
same people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that show. I want more.
Yeah. Well, keep
Because every
watching.
time I finish the season, I'm like, dang it, now I gotta wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just keep watching. I think season 6 is going to be pretty amazing.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool that because it doesn't really happen a lot that people get back in like way later
Right.
from a show or movie that they were in a long time ago back into a newer one version or something.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen a lot, and
No, it's been
it's a good
an incredible
opportunity.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
and a
sure.
lot of fun too. It really is, it's a tremendous amount of fun working on Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Uh, what was your favorite memory on the set of Cobra Kai?
Hmm. Well, I have a lot of great memories. I would have to say though that the scene in episode 10 of season 5, that had Chosen and Johnny and Daniel and Mike Barnes together before they go to Terry Silver's house
Yeah.
was a real highlight. It was just, everything went right for that scene. It worked out really, really well. And I think we got a great final result that everybody liked. I know that it's one of Ralph Macchio's favorite scenes in the entire series.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ralph, he's super cool. He's nice.
Oh, he's awesome. He's the nicest,
Yeah.
most down to earth guy. Him, Zabka, Yuji, just really great guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Do you have a funny or a crazy behind the scenes story on Karate Kid 3 or Cobra Kai? And if nearly dying isn't crazy, then
I don't think I can top. I don't think I can top nearly dying. That one
yeah.
that was something I carry with me, along with the 15-inch scar that I have on my abdomen from the surgery.
Yeah.
Um, you know, um, anything else? It was just a really amazing experience getting to play Mike Barnes, reconnecting with Daniel after all these years and apologizing,
Yeah.
and showing him that he had changed. That I recognize that was a kind of special moment when we were filming.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really cool moment because most of the time that doesn't really happen. They stay against each other and they keep butting heads.
Right. And they gave me a really cool intro when Mike Barnes is, walking out of his house, slow motion, and Daniel and Chosen are in the car. I won't repeat what they said. Right?
Yeah. We have a question from the comments.
Okay.
From John Krischwitz. Is there a difference between Karate Kid and Cobra Kai fans and soap opera fans?
Well, I would say they're more alike than different because they are extremely loyal. Karate Kid, Cobra Kai fans and soap opera fans are some of the most amazing fans in the world. I started doing soap operas in 1993, I think. And I've been on 4 different soap operas. So I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of the fans over the years, and they've seen me in different roles and always been so supportive. And, it always amazes me that Mike Barnes was such a bad guy, and yet people really like the character.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that because I think that's largely what led to me being brought back on the show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They had to bring Barnes back.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if people liked him that much.
Yeah.
How many languages do you know?
Well, I speak English pretty well.
Yeah.
But I speak Italian pretty well, and I've been studying Mandarin for about 2.5 years. And I can speak little bits of a couple other languages. I've always been interested in studying foreign languages. I think it's really important for actors to do that for a number of reasons. It's kind of like gymnastics for your brain. I have to learn a ton of dialogue on the soap opera. And studying foreign languages really helps me keep my mind sharp, that skill set, that muscle. It helps me really exercise it when I'm not just learning lines. And it makes it easier for me to learn lines, I think.
Huh. Yeah. I've been trying to learn Italian, but I'm not really sure what that's going to help in life.
Dimmi qualcosa in Italiano. Tell me something in Italian.
I know how to say shut up, Zito. Zito.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's great though, because, if you ever go over to Italy and you speak some Italian, it's going to give you an amazing experience. It's going to be a different experience. They really appreciate it, even if you just try and speak a little,
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep studying.
That's I've always wanted to go to Italy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
My wife and I were married there. It's gorgeous.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So now we have this game called 100 Questions, and we have 100 questions.
You're going to ask me 100 questions?
No. You can pick a number, 1 through 100. There'll be a question there. We'll find the number, and we'll ask that question. And so what's your first number?
76.
76. What is your favorite candy?
Ooh. I don't eat candy very often, but my favorite candy. Well, see, I think you have to divide it up into two groups. You got chocolates, and then you've got non-chocolate. So the non-chocolate, I'm going to go with Red Vines. Okay? With chocolate, that's a tough one. I think Heath bars are pretty good.
Ah.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Goodbar for chocolate.
Those are really good too.
Those are good. Yeah.
Those are real good. Yeah.
And I like, I forgot what it's called. I think it's from Hershey's. It has like all the different nuts in it, but it's like really smooth. Symphony, I think.
Symphony? I never heard of that one.
Symphony? I don't know. Something like that, but it's really good. But yeah. And then Red Vines. I think that's
the closest I get to eating candy bars are like Quest bars. I'll have a protein bar. That's my candy bar.
And also, if people in the comments have questions for Sean, feel free to ask. And we have one from Jonathan Erdeman. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. What is your favorite movie line ever from one of your characters in a movie?
One of my favorite movie lines. Wow. I would have to go with "Your karate's a joke" for Mike Barnes. That's
a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like that one.
Me too.
So, what's your next number?
14.
14. What is one everyday thing that you would be willing to give up?
What is one everyday thing that I would be willing to give up? So willing implies that I like doing it and have to give it up.
Yeah. It's a hard question.
Tough one. The first thing that comes to mind is doing the dishes. I do the dishes in my family, and it seems like I'm always doing them. And I actually kind of like doing dishes because it's sort of therapeutic, but I could give it up too.
Yeah. I don't like putting them away, washing them.
Right.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I could be playing
something about it kind of, it's almost like meditative for me. You know, the warm water and cleaning them, and I don't know. Anyway,
That's the only good thing about doing it, the warm water.
right. I agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree too.
Making the bed, I could give. You know, making the bed's important, but I mean, if I
Yeah.
had to give it up, I could live with it.
I only fix my bed if people come over.
Oh, when you're
Yeah. What's your next number?
How about number 1?
Number 1. What is one thing you can't live without?
My wife.
Yep, there you go.
My wife.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. What's your next number?
How about 17?
17. Toilet paper, over or under?
That's a really important question because
Yeah.
one of my biggest pet peeves in life is when you have a toilet paper roll and it's on too tight and you can't get the paper off. That really bugs. I think it needs to be over or under. Wow. Had this argument before. I would say over because, you know, when it's under, it falls to the side and hangs down. So I think over is more orderly. I like
I would
things.
agree.
I like things to be. I like to run a tight ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one
Gotta keep your dojo tight, brother.
Yeah. One thing that almost changed my mind was there's a theory saying if it was over and you were more closer to it, you could pull it more faster. But if it was under and you're far away from it, you could pull it more faster. So I was like, huh.
Interesting philosophy. I don't know if it's scientific, but you know, might be worth some investigation.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to test it.
Test it out. You know, get back to me on that one.
We have a question from the comments.
Okay.
What is the funnest blooper that has happened on a set?
Oh my God, the funnest blooper that has happened on a set. Oh boy. I remember one time on General Hospital, we were doing a scene and a character was supposed to knock on the door, but instead of it being the character, we had this 85-year-old guy that worked on the crew. And it was him instead as a joke. And he just knocked on the door and walked right through the scene and then just kept going right into the bathroom. Probably, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Right?
Yeah. I always loved, before, during COVID, me and my dad would always do make short videos, and sometimes my mom would be in it too.
Yeah.
And there was one where there was like this workout thing where you have to pull your arms down and there's like this weights, and it was like as light as it can go, and he tried pulling on it but he couldn't, and then I went on it and I was like, oh, it's easy, and I put it down.
Right.
And then he goes upstairs and says, Mom, and I told him I really want to do bloopers on this, and then when we did it, it was just so much fun. I love doing bloopers.
So you like to pull practical jokes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I like it.
Another question from the comments. From Chief Dave Fan.
Okay.
Sean, if you were not an actor, what would you be doing right now?
What would I be doing right now? Boy, that's a tough one. Well, you know, I'm also an author, and I also have a lot of clients that I coach based on the strategies and the philosophies in my book. So I don't know. You know, psychology interests me a lot. I really like working with my clients. So that could be one of the things that I could see myself doing.
Yeah. And you said you're an author. That's cool. What type of books do you write?
So my books are personal development books, and I wrote a book called Way of the Cobra. which is, yeah. And then there's a sequel to it called Welcome to the Kumite. And they're very successful books. It's set up that I'm the sensei, you're in my dojo, and I'm teaching you about the strategies and philosophies that I've used to overcome some challenges in my life and to achieve success. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Check it out. You should check it out for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds really cool.
It's on
Add it
Amazon.
to my little collection back here, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like,
What's your next number?
how about 12?
12. If you were invisible for one day, what would you do?
If I was invisible for one day. Geez, I don't really know because, people always say, oh, I'd go and I'd, rob a bank. I wouldn't. I think, actually what I think I would do is I think I would just play pranks on my wife all day long. I think I would just, all day long, I would figure out ways to torment her and make her laugh.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't have a wife.
I think it'd be a really well spent day.
Yeah, if I was invisible for a day, I'd be trying to prank as many people as I could.
I think so, right? Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's what you have to do when you're invisible for a day.
Yeah, I think the world can use a little bit more comedy and fun.
Yeah. What's your next number?
How about 8?
8. If you had a pet parrot, what would you teach it to say? This is one of my favorite questions.
What would I teach a pet parrot to say? Well, I have 2 pugs, and they're just maniacs, and I would probably teach the parrot to say something to mess with the dogs. I don't know if it would be their names or something like that, but I just think it'd be really funny to watch the parrot making the dogs go crazy.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. Like,
right?
Hey, sit, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would teach it to say like knock knock jokes or something.
Knock knock jokes?
Yeah.
That could be good too.
Yeah.
Or maybe I teach it to say Alexa, so all day long it's like it's got Alexa talking.
Yeah.
They can have a conversation. I teach you to say Alexa and Siri.
There you go. Yeah. That's definitely a good one. What's your next number?
How about 88?
88.
Crazy 88.
Yeah. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food. Okay, I don't eat this often at all. Like if I eat it once every couple years because it's so fattening. But I really love like chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and white gravy.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, like some biscuits and that sort of stuff. Comfort food.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I gotta try that if I ever get it. That sounds pretty good.
Do you have a Black Bear Diner where you live?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a place that does it really well. But a lot of places make it, especially in the South.
I love sushi.
Love sushi. Yeah.
Any of that stuff. I like shrimp pizza.
Shrimp pizza?
It sounds kind of weird, but when you try it, it's pretty good.
Shrimp pizza. I mean, look, I obviously love pizza. I try and eat really healthy, so I've tried to get out of my head the foods that I really love that aren't healthy. Try to love the foods that are the better for me. But yeah, pizza, it's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's your next number?
How about 4?
4. If your life was a movie, what scene would you watch over and over and over again?
I would watch the scene where I first met my wife.
That's a good one.
because it was such an amazing electric moment. The minute I saw her, I knew I was going to marry her.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. How'd you guys meet?
I was on a date with her friend. And I
Wow.
realized I was with the wrong girl.
Well, that's a crazy way of meeting somebody.
I've had a lot of crazy stuff in my life, Elijah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But you know what? I think you need a little craziness in your life, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
As long as it's good, healthy craziness.
Yeah. That's crazy. What's your next number?
Do I get to pick another one? Okay,
Yeah.
how about 100?
100. Going all the way. If you could do life all over again, would you?
No, I don't think so. I'm very happy with where I am right now. I have a wonderful life.
Yeah.
And you know, if you look at your life not as mistakes that you've made, especially if you learn from them, that those were what brought you to where you are. And if you're happy where you are, I wouldn't want to run the risk of doing something differently that didn't bring me to a place where I'm happy and you know my wife and my family and you know my career and all the things that I love.
Yeah. It's definitely a good answer. I like that. Yeah. But if you did start over, you'd be much more smarter than what you started out with.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And it definitely took me a while to get even as smart as I am. So, yeah.
What's your next number?
But 99.
99. Do you know any sign language?
Do I know any sign language? Doesn't this mean thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know one that I probably can't show you on your show. No, but I actually, it's funny because I love to study languages, and I think it would be really cool to learn sign language at some point. That's something that I would really be open to doing.
Yeah. That sounds really cool. Yeah, it's a good thing. If you love learning languages, my dad could teach you.
I think that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always trying to learn new ones, but I'll tell you, Mandarin Chinese it's going to take me another couple years before I'm ready to start another one because it's tough.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Is there any sign language you'd like to learn?
Yeah, I think I'd like to learn the word for friend.
Friend. So you're gonna 2 point your fingers, and then you're gonna cross them one side.
Does it matter which one goes over the other one?
Right side over top. Yeah, friend, and then flip.
Oh, so that's friend?
Friend. Yeah.
So if you want to say I am your friend, you say that.
So I.
That.
Yeah.
Okay, great. There you go. Thank you for teaching.
Do you wanna? Yeah. Do you wanna learn no mercy?
Okay, no mercy.
Yeah. So you're gonna go no.
Wait. Do it again.
No.
No.
And then
keep it closed.
Yeah.
No.
And then mercy. Your middle finger sticking out, and the rest. Yeah. Mercy.
Right? Wait.
Yeah.
It's almost like 2 W's, right?
Yeah, kind of.
No. Mercy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll work on it. Okay.
Yeah. Good job.
All right.
We'll do one last question.
Okay.
So what's your final number?
Why don't you pick one for me?
Okay. I don't know. Let's do 24. I don't know.
Okay.
Pick one. Oh wow. What is your most embarrassing memory? I'm sorry.
Oh boy, Elijah. I'm 50 years old. There are so many embarrassing memories. Okay, I'll give you a good one. How old are you?
11.
Oh, I think I was just about your age. So I was on the swim team, and you have to wear those little Speedo swimsuits, right?
Hmm.
So when you're in a swim meet, you get up on the block, the starting block.
Mm-hmm.
And I bent down and took my position, and they fired the starter gun, and I dove in the water, and there were parents and everybody lined up on each side of the swimming pool, and my swimsuit came off. Kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, that sounds pretty embarrassing. Yeah, that's.
And that's only one of hundreds.
That's
You've got a long life ahead of you, my friend, and there's going to be lots of wonderful, amazing moments, and some of the most embarrassing moments that you're going to have, you're going to look back on later, and you're going to laugh. And that's what's great about life.
Well, I'm not joining the swim team.
Okay, at least you're not going to lose your swimsuit.
Yep.
But definitely other stuff's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Where do you live? Where do you live, by the way?
Virginia.
Okay. Well, I hope that at some point you and I get a chance to say hi to each other in person. Okay?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I really appreciate this opportunity, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for spending your time doing this. And I would like to thank our wonderful interpreter, Sierra,
Thank you very much.
for spending her time doing this.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you so much.
All right, pal. Take care of yourself.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.